Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name's Crystal and this is my social thread. So this is my first Friday sews of the year. I didn't do one in January because I was just a bit overwhelmed with getting over Christmas and everything. But I thought that I would do one this month. So I am doing them every fortnight from now on. And then also my roundup of the month's makes at the end of the month. So what have I been up to? I have been quite busy sewing. I have been showing some things off on Instagram, but recently my overlocker was playing up a bit, so I've given, I think this whole week I've had a rest from sewing, and as usual I complained to my husband that I needed a new one because my overlocker was broken. It turns out it was just a simple fix, just there was something caught in the lower looper thread, and that's all fixed now. So yes, the first thing that I have made this month, is it the first thing? What else have I shown you? Yes, okay, is what I'm wearing right now. It is the Anthea Allen Anna Allen Anthea blouse, and I'll show you here. So it's a beautiful what is this called, like a round neck bodice, button front. It's got these lovely voluminous sleeves, lots of gathers all the way round, a little cuff at the end, gathered sleeves, and it's very balloon like. And then I have just added, I don't know if you can see, a gathered skirt at the bottom, with ties at the back and pockets from Tilly and the Buttons. Obviously this isn't meant to be a maternity dress, but because it is quite loose fitting, it actually doesn't look too bad, although here you can see that my bust is struggling to be contained by this, and you'll notice that from the lines of the fabric, which is fine because when I have the baby, obviously everything will go down and it'll be a perfect fit then. So Anna Allen Anthea blouse, this was very popular last summer. I'll show you the pattern. This, by the way, is made up in a chambray from, where does Tamlin work? First of Fabrics. Right, Anthea Allen. This one here, whoops, light. So it's basically a blouse. Why is it so bright this end? Let me move the camera down this way. So it's basically a blouse, and so that's what I've made here. I had made this blouse previously in a linen, and I had made it as a blouse, but I wasn't wearing it. So what I did is I chopped it here and I added a gathered skirt and pockets, and then I wore it a lot more. This time round, oh, you can have it so you've got the blouse version or the skirt version. Why is this light? I'll put the light up a bit. I'm not sure why this light is, where is that light coming from? Anyway, so you've got the blouse version or the dress version. I didn't go for this. So this is just like a skirt, a shirt to dress, where you just literally just extend it and flare it out. I literally just cut mine off, added a gathered skirt and added a waist tie. As you can see, the main part of this pattern is detail of this pattern is this beautiful voluminous sleeves, which I really love. So this time around, because I knew I was making a dress straight away, all I did, I kept the same size and I just basically tapered it down around at the sides a little bit, and then added my gathered skirt. And to do that was I just did one whole width of the fabric times the length that I wanted for the front, and the same again for the back, so it's quite wide, so you get lots of lovely gathers. So this particular pattern goes from a size 0 to 22. It's not American, I think it's like European. So a bust would be size 00, bust of 31, waist of 24, all the way up to a size 22, bust of 48, waist of 41. It is, it shows you the finished garment measurements. I went for a size 2. I went for a size 2, which I'm not normally a size 2. So a size 2 would normally be a bust of 33 and a waist of 26. I am not that. But the finished garment measurements for the size 2 is a bust of 40 and a waist of 43. And normally pre-pregnancy, my bust is about 38. So that's 2 inches of ease. And then the waistline, my waist is about 33, so that's 10 inches of ease, so that's a lot of ease. So that's why I went for the size 2, and I stuck to that still for this one. And I mean, obviously because I am pregnant, I'm 27 28 weeks pregnant now, so my chest is a lot bigger than normal, so that's why that is showing strains at the bust. But I really love this pattern. So the very first one I made is this one here. Beautiful linen from Jenny Fabrics, beige linen. There you go. You've got the voluminous, you've got the gathers here at the sleeves, lovely sort of shape, bell shape there. It is a what is this called, bias bound neckline, and everything's sewed together beautifully. The instructions are very good. I love how everything comes together just with ease. There's no guesswork. There's no trying to make the seams meet or trying to make the bias tape fit. Everything was just perfectly drafted, and it is a lovely sew. With it just being the blouse and then adding a gathered skirt, is actually quite a quick sew. I did it in one evening, which is really great. Instructions fairly straightforward. It also tells you how to do your own bias strips if you want to, rather than buying your own. I made them, which is fairly easy. But the one thing that I did see here is when it tells you about the my camera doesn't let me just put it down again. When it tells you to iron your puff, it tells you to iron the seam allowance towards the shoulder and then the sleeve allowance up towards the sleeve, and apparently it gives you a better puff. I mean, I'm liking this puff, but apparently that's the secret behind that. And yeah, and for those of you that follow me, you'll know that once I like a pattern, I make quite a few. So I have made this basically for post-pregnancy. It's great because it's obviously quite voluminous, so it does provide lots of room for your post-pregnancy body to go back to its shape. It's got the ties at the back so I can wear it loose. I can take it in as and when my body starts to get smaller. Also button plackets at the front, easy for breastfeeding, which is really great. So I've made this one in a chambray, as I said, from Fursa Fabrics. I'll pop up a photo of myself wearing it. And then I've also made a second version in this beautiful 100% linen. They called this color raspberry, and it's 100% enzyme washed linen from Backstitch. So there you go. You can see sort of the slub texture there. Again, the beautiful gathers, the beautiful cuff. There's the gathered waist ties, and then the button placket there. And I'll pop up a photo of myself wearing that as well. So the only other thing that I wanted to mention, apart from the sleeve ironing, I think that's a good tip. Also, it tells you to use 3/8 of an inch buttons, which is about 11-12 millimeters. But I think you could easily get away with up to 1/2 inch of buttons, as long as it's within the. So this is the line for the the top stitching for the button placket. As long as you're within that sort of button placket, I think that's fine. So up to 1/2 inch would work nicely. And I'll pop a photo of myself wearing that one. And I have more plans. So this is the plain ones, and it's really nice actually, because I haven't bought any fabric for these. It's been really nice actually just shopping through my stash. So I've got 2 plain ones. I've got 3 now. So I've got the 2 linens, one in the beige and one in the dusky pink or raspberry, and then I've got this chambray one, which is really great. I've also got quite a few Lady McElroy lawns, which I'd like to use up for this as well. And obviously once I've made it up, then I will of course show you. But that's my 2 Anna Allen Anthea blouse dresses. The next thing I made was, oh, I don't have it. I'll have to pause it. 1 second, let me pause it. I'm back. So the next thing that I made was a pair of dungarees for my youngest daughter Ava, and I'm just clipping it onto a hanger right now. And it's this lovely pair here. It's in a lovely cotton canvas from Rifle Paper Company. I mean, look at that print, burgundy with the florals. I think this one is called, I'm not sure, they've got quite a few collections, either Rosa or Garden something or other, but you'll find that it comes in this colorway and a navy colorway as well. And I just love the print. Originally I had bought 2 meters of this to make myself an Ava skirt, to sew over Ava skirt, but then it just kind of got left under my to-do list. and I found a lovely pattern, and I thought, actually, let me make something for my daughter, because she didn't have much for like 2 to 3 years old kind of clothing. So I've made this actually in a 3 to 4 because she is quite tall for her age, and I'm really in love with it. It's so lovely, and I've used Kylie and the Machines, the buckle kits that you get with the buttons, and it's got a front bib pocket, and it's got back pockets at the back there. It's only half lined, so you've got this back bib here, the straps, and the front bib is lined, and you've got like a little fly detail here, and you've got turned up trouser legs, which is really nice. I'll pop up some photos of her wearing it. And the pattern is a pattern from Peekaboo Pattern Shop, Okie Dokie Overalls. So it's this one here, and the reason I like this is just looking at that picture, it looks instantly like a ready-to-wear item, so it doesn't look like, oh, it looks handmade. And I don't know whether some people like their things look, I personally don't like my things to look handmade. I want them to look like they've been bought from a shop, and so I really like this, and I want to make some versions for these for my 2 younger boys in like a proper denim. So this goes from a size 3 months to 12 years, which is amazing. Probably wouldn't, for my kids, it'll probably go up to a size age 10 because my kids are taller for their age. And you can have them in shorts as well. You just simply cut them off if you wanted to, which is really great. This is PDF. You can also have it printed in A0, but I just went for the PDF. I normally don't mind cutting out, printing out and cutting and sticking PDF patterns together if they're for children's wear, because it's not that much. Instructions were okay. I think that, I mean, I wouldn't call myself, I would call myself, what kind of sewer would I call myself? Sewist. I wouldn't call myself obviously professional. I would say intermediate, but I thought that there were some steps that just jumped too far ahead, and I just I had to try and figure it out myself. And there was also a tiny piece of fabric which I didn't use, one of the pattern pieces which I didn't use. I wasn't quite sure, but it worked out perfectly fine. Like, I didn't miss it. There was nothing missing. The dungarees worked perfectly fine. What I did find though is that the legs are a bit too wide, and where I've compared these dungarees to Ava's ready-to-wear dungarees from Next, they are slightly tapered. So I have cut out another pair, and I've just slightly tapered the leg in a bit, and then I won't do the fold over anymore. I'll just leave it as is, and I think that would be a better fit for her. So that's that one. So, I mean, it is lovely. It's just that, I mean, obviously, I've chosen Rifle Paper Company. Retails at what, canvas? £22 a metre. So that's like £22 of fabric right there, plus the interfacing, and also these Kylie and the Machines hardware is quite expensive. I think it was £11 for the kit. They come in like a black, a silver, and like a bronzy colour and a brass colour, and I went for the kind of coppery colour, and they are lovely, but basically this is about £35 worth of material for a pair of children's dungarees, which is a bit excessive, I think, although it is beautiful. I did try to find some other dungaree clips. There are lots of random unknown brands on eBay, Amazon, Etsy, that sort of thing, but I just thought I would splash out. I just get those. And also they came, so sometimes you would get the clips just with the 2 buttons, but I needed an extra 2 for the side tabs, and Kylie and the Machines were the only one actually that came. So there's 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I've got 2 spare ones that came with all of them together, all the matching colors, because sometimes you get the buckle and this bit, but then the buttons you have to buy from somewhere else, and you don't know if the colors are going to match. So I went out and bought that anyway. For my second version, I have just got some inexpensive canvas, which I bought from Pound Fabrics a long time ago, and that's already cut out, and I'll just give you show you one of the pieces. So this is the leg. That is actually, it looks quite big, but that's actually already tapered down. But that's the next one. So it's just basically a pink floral canvas, which I think would look really lovely. This is actually a remnant. I think I made her like a bloomer dungaree a couple of years ago, when she was, not a couple of years ago, she's not even 2, when she was a baby, and I thought I was only going to be able to squeeze out some shorts, but then what I did for the pocket linings and the bib linings, I just used some leftover, leftover pink linen for that. So then I was able to squeeze everything out for that. So that's that one. The next thing that I made were some baby outfits for my baby boy that I'm expecting in May. And these are the Waves and Wild Over It Alls. I'll pop up a picture of the pattern. And these are the versions that I've made here. Got a lovely version here. What are these? Raccoons with contrasting baby blue, quite bright blue actually, snaps from Prim. They're half lined, and it's got the cuffs at the bottom. There is an option to put the inseam button placket there, but I just didn't bother. Firstly, because it is a bit fiddly and it's an extra bit of work to do. Secondly, I actually don't mind just taking this off and slipping it down for baby nappy changes. That doesn't really bother me at all. Then this is the second version here. This is a French Terry zebra print with sort of stripe lining as well, and the bottom cuffs. And then the third one is a dinosaur one. I went for yellow Prim snaps, sort of a mustard lining, and the cuffs as well. So these are only half lined. They're lined sort of up to here. I have used a pattern before that was fully lined, so therefore reversible, but I just found it was just too thick to wash as well and to dry. It was just quite hard to wash and dry because it's basically 2 layers of fabric together. And I thought the reversible things are quite nice. I think that the idea is nice, but I think for the most part people prefer to use the better print and not use the reverse anyway. So I mean, that's totally fine. Very, very easy to do. Got some interfacing here. It literally is just add the lining, and then you just sew it down the sides, sew it down the crotch seam, and then add the cuffs and the snaps really. So I think I did all 3 of those within an evening, and I had an early bedtime that night as well. So these are all fabrics from my stash, which is amazing. I probably bought them from Little Legs Fabrics, Jelly Fabrics, or from some Facebook marketplaces, as in companies that actually sell fabric on Facebook. So I can't actually tell you where they were, but they're 3 lovely outfits for my baby boy. So these are they 0 to 3? These are 0 to 3. They look quite big, don't they? But they're 0 to 3. So that's that. And then works in progress. I have cut out 2 hoodies for my husband and my son. Again, it's a Daddy Melian hoodie, which is this one here, and I love this because it's got the chevrons. I can't show you the chevrons here. It's got the chevrons, if you can see the chevrons there. And I got to my fabric, it's gorgeous fabric actually, from Little Miss So-and-so. They were having various sales, but also as a subscriber, and well, as a subscriber you get 10% off their website all the time. And I've got, it's sweatshirting, fleece back sweatshirting, and I got various colors. So for my son, I am doing a, let me show you these are already cut out. So I'm doing these colors. So for my son, I am doing this hoodie color combination. So the aqua, the teal, and the royal blue, that one. And then for my husband, I am doing this color combination. Let me just get them in right order. It's not happening. Right, so for my husband, I am doing it in greens. So teal green, camel, and like a light green. And I bought 1 meter of each colorway, but actually I don't have enough. So for my son's one, the bottom band, I didn't have enough aqua, so I cut out teal for the bottom band and the cuffs. And I had that ready to go, but I was just thinking if the cuffs and the band don't match the bottom of the sweater, I think it's going to look very 80s, and I wasn't really, not that there's anything wrong with the 80s look, but that wasn't the look that I was going for. And then also for my husband's one, because it's a much bigger size, I actually didn't have enough for one of the hood pieces. So the hood pieces, I normally do one color for the back, which is the same as the top part, and then the inside of the hood a different color matching either the middle part or the bottom part. And I didn't have enough of any of the colors. Well, one of the colors I had enough, and then I was just going to do beige hoodie, beige hood inside and out. And I thought, you know what, I mean, I'm only going to do it once, as it were, and I just thought I'm going to buy some more of the colorway for my husband. And I thought, since I'm buying that, I might as well buy more aqua. So I've ordered more from Little Miss So and So to finish that off. So that's just waiting to go. And fabric haul. So Valentine's Day has just come and gone, and my husband asked me what I wanted, and I said I don't really want anything, but if you are going to get me something, buy me fabric. And he was like, okay. And he bought me a potted plant, like I'm not sure what it's called, but it's like a hardy potted plant with little flowers and things. So I went to Lamazi Fabrics and I got some fabric for myself, which arrived. It didn't arrive on Valentine's Day, actually. It arrived on Thursday. So Valentine's Day was Tuesday, I believe, and it arrived on Thursday, which is fine. So what I've bought is this. So the first fabric, 3 meters of this beautiful pink viscose with a floral. And I'll show you the floral one there. So it's like a lovely blush pink with white florals. But from far away, it looks kind of just like pinky with white dots, which I think I quite like. And then up close, you can see the detail on that. So for this, I am either planning a Shelby dress, either the romper or the skirt, I'm not sure. Post-pregnancy, Shelby is by True Bias. So that's currently the plan for that. And then I got some lovely pure linen in a pastel stripe. This colour, let me tip it down again. This lighting is, I don't know if you can see these. So beautiful muted tones, and it's a lovely linen, 100% linen. Let me just take it out. So it's that fabric there. And for this, I quite like the idea of the stripes. So I'm thinking maybe the Hinterland dress by So Liberated, or the By Hand London Tamsin. So I'm thinking of playing around with the stripes. So for the stripes at the bodice, if there is going to have to be a button front for me for breastfeeding, and I am planning on doing the stripes this way. So they go down this way. And then for the skirt, I'm planning to go down that way. And that will give a lovely illusion of my shape kind of going in that way. And then from the waist downwards, it's coming out that way, which I think would look quite nice. So that's my plans for those. They haven't been washed yet. I have also purchased some fabric from Pound Fabrics. Funnily enough, with the Lamazi, I was waiting around for discount codes, and there wasn't any discount codes until the actual February 14th. They did a discount code for the actual Valentine's Day, which is really annoying because I really wanted a discount code and I did get one. But from Pound Fabrics, I bought some, oh, they're all fleece back sweatshirting for my son, baby. So I bought this one here, Dinosaurs. And I'll show you the fleece back there. I'm planning to make just joggers and jumper sets for him. And I've got the contrasting rib in like a mustardy, not mustardy, a rust colorway to pick up the orange of the rockets. And then I've also bought this elephant print. It's like a khaki print. And again, that's fleece back sweatshirting. Oh, it's organic, this one. Fleece back. And I plan to contrast this either with a burgundy or a navy rib, which I think will look quite nice. And then I also got police cars. This is quite a thick one. Police cars. This will be for my 2 bigger boys. And the fleece back is this, which is lovely. Again, just joggers and a jumper set. And I'll probably use like one of these blue colour to match my ribbing, or match one of the blues in this police car, which I think is quite nice. Also bought just some extra grey ribbing from them. What else did I buy? Oh, some of this dimple fleece, like a dusky blue dimple fleece, and that is going to back a couple of blankets that I'm making for a newborn. I'm making 2 newborn sets, baby grow hat and blanket for my baby, and I normally make these as gifts for baby showers or new baby gifts, so I'm making a couple of those for myself. And then lastly, this is a Tencel cotton jersey from Poppy. I didn't realise it was from Poppy, but it's a navy with pink and brown leopard spots, and it's lovely and stretchy, and the reverse is just a white. So for this, I am planning either the Cheyenne maternity dress, the Cheyenne nursing dress, which I have made before by Peekaboo Patterns actually, or a hat, Tilly and the Buttons Tabitha t-shirt dress, which I plan to do. It's quite an easy hack to do for that one actually, to make it breastfeeding friendly. So that's what I've bought, and that's it really. What else have I been up to? No, that's it. So my overlocker is now fixed, which is great, so I can probably start sewing this weekend. In the meantime, what have I got going on? Nothing, just getting through some projects. I have been having lots of early nights where I'm 28 weeks pregnant. I've just found myself to be really, really tired. So in the afternoon, sort of come lunchtime, I'm just so tired and so sleepy. And I have napped in the past, sort of 1 to 2 hours, but then I find in the evenings I then can't get to sleep until like 1 o'clock. So really it kind of defeats the purpose, because then I'm up till sort of 1:30, and then I'm tired again the next morning because I haven't had enough sleep because I've had the nap. So sometimes I would just power through the tiredness in the afternoon and just get an early night's sleep in the evening. So early for me would probably be about 10:30. Normally I go to sleep quite late. But now I am feeling the tiredness, and also just the extra weight that I've been carrying around. I haven't been eating the healthiest either, so I am trying to cut back on things that I'm eating. So I mean, you know, I've only got myself to blame really, and also it's harder for me after the baby to lose the excess weight anyhow. But yeah, that's all I've got for you in the meantime. Hopefully I will have bits and pieces done before the end of the month, and I'll be able to show you that in my roundup of the month's vlog. Thank you so much for watching, and for all the subscribers as well. Take care everybody. God bless. Bye bye.